Hey guys, let's talk about compatibilities between different signs. So one of the things you have to always look at when you look at compatibility are not only looking at the sun signs, but you have to look at the sun signs, rising sign, moon sign. You also have to look at the Mars and the Venus signs. So one of the rules when you look at compatibility between two signs is that they have to be same sign or opposite signs, meaning that you can have two same sun signs and or sun sign might be the same one as a Venus, can be the same one as a moon sign. And one of the most important rules is that the most important one is that between sun and moon, if you have the opposite sign and someone with a sun sign, let's say Gemini, and the other person is opposite sign, Sagittarius, has a moon sign in Sagittarius, so it's the strongest bond and chemistry between those two. However, you have to look at the other signs, like your rising sign, moon sign, Venus. But the most important thing is to always look at the same signs and opposite signs, and the most important is like between sun and moon of two people. Those are the strongest bond that you can find in terms to compatibility. And I'm forgetting also to say that why you look at Mars is because Mars gives you that compatibility when it comes to the sexuality. And Venus, although that is referred to love, it also helps you to realize how comfortable you feel with that person. And in terms of sun sign, the rising sign, and well, the moon sign is always about the emotions, and the sun sign always have to be with, you know, the career. So if you have someone, like I just said, they have opposite signs. If someone has Gemini and sun sign, and the other person is like Sagittarius moon sign, it's a strong and powerful attraction between those two, because the person who has the moon sign in Sagittarius will support and give that emotional support to the person who has a sun sign in Gemini, and can be the opposites, same thing. So that's the strongest bond between opposite signs, between sun and moon sign. And that's it. Sun, moon sign, and rising sign has to be, especially the sun sign and the rising sign, has much to do with personality, how you guys can bond in terms of personality, and how can you get along in terms of personality. Moon sign, emotions. Venus, how comfortable you feel with the other person, how that other person makes you feel, you know, comfortable. And then the Mars is actually the, you know, like I mentioned before, it has to be with the sexuality and that sexual chemistry between both of you. Raining, guys, so.
Sorry guys, it's raining.
It should be. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're active. We're live.
We live. All right, so let's talk about compatibility between Gemini and Gemini. That's so Gemini, by the way. Why we do that all the time. So this is my best friend Robert. I guess. Hi. And so let's talk about Gemini with Geminis. Well, by the way, one thing that I should mention is that you're an ascendant Cancer.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember your Venus? No.
I do not.
Okay, but it's important to mention that because my Venus is in Cancer, and yeah, we pretty much my psychologist sometimes. So yeah, that's so Cancer. It gives you that emotional support in a way. And it makes me feel comfortable because, as I mentioned before, I was talking about how, you know, you see the compatibility between two signs. So super cool. So I was with someone who was a Gemini for 8 years, and you could pretty much get in trouble. How would you feel?
You can. We're very multi-faced, as people will always say. And you know, I believe some people like to state that we're fake.
Yeah.
But realistically, you know, we're kind of just straightforward and right to the point. So not every person can appreciate that kind of thing in people. But other fellow Geminis, I think they do appreciate those kind of things, just because it's easier to be real with a person as opposed to being fake.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's being fake or two-faced. It's like, yo, this is the realness of it. You might not like it,
Yeah.
but that's the way it is.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's why we get along really well, because it's just like, this is what it is, and that's it.
Exactly. So that's why I was mentioning it. Like, you know, if the two signs are the same, you have attraction there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not only that. For example, well, we're attractive as friends because he's my best friend just in case. But it could work in any way, right? Like even attraction in relationships, like not only in love but it's a friendship too. So yeah, I mean, relationship is relationship in general. So the thing is that your Venus, my Venus is in Cancer, your ascendant is in Cancer, and besides we have another point. That's one point. Another point that we have the same sun sign. So that's great.
Mhm.
So that says a lot. So when you look at someone, I think that's something that you have to look at. So not only that we Gemini, but how the other signs play a role in the way you attract each other.
The relationship that you have.
And I don't think we are compatible in Mars anyway. We have different signs. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure. Because
I
I,
love
I,
Cancer, Leo, something.
I'm a Leo.
Leo.
So it's just like no, it's just not gonna
Yeah.
work. No. So that's why we don't.
We're better off consensus.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
people.
So you see, that's why
some
we.
people are better just hanging out
Yeah.
and keeping certain signs as their friends as opposed to
Yeah.
crossing that boundary of a relationship because it gets really tricky and sticky really fast.
Yeah, but the good thing is, like you mentioned too, is that it's true. Geminis, we just say things how it is. We so quickly in thinking and have such a great ideas all the time and want to work on those all the time. And I think when you have a friend who is like that, it's super cool because we always exchange ideas and
What
it's,
about getting things done?
yeah, and we videotaping this together. So and you always help me. He always helped me with any idea that I have. I always have to ask you sometimes, like colors and whatever. Like he helped me with my logo for Healing So Bright. So you see, Gemini.
Well, Gemini's are creative. We're known as the creative type.
Yeah, we're
we're
creative,
designers
and when it comes to love, we are flirty though.
Guilty. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
big
we're
flirts,
flirty.
but it's nothing harmful to it. It's just we're just very friendly creatures, and we like to know about
Yeah.
the other people or this or that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times we could be known as overly flirtatious.
Yeah, but it's
Where
great
it
when
can
you
get really
have
bad
two,
for us.
but two Geminis together can understand each other.
Yes. We
So-
understand it. It's just good humor.
Yeah, it's just like fun for us because it's like we not purposely trying to flirt to really make this person fall in love with you. It's just natural, comes from us. So some people think that we, purposely trying to flirt and we just like going from one flower to another. And it's not like that. It kind of, but not really. Kind of, but not really. It's something natural. We're not purposely trying to make someone fall in love. It's just like we fun, we extroverted. And between two Geminis, it's super cool because we understand each other. We know that is normal. It's something normal. So that's why I think two Geminis can get along pretty well. Now,
Friends, yes, perfectly. I don't know about in a relationship. I think it might take a little bit more work. Whereas friendships is easier because it's a lot more, it's lighter.
yeah, it's true. So, but I would say compatibility with Gemini. Since I was in a relationship of 8 years with another Gemini, I think it was great. Which is great, but it's true what you say. Like it felt more like a type of friendship, but I never really look at his ascendant sign or Mars. But obviously, I think we had a really great sexual attraction between me and my ex. So 8 years, it was great there. Well, obviously, like every other relationship, we grew apart and we split up, but it was great, and we're still friends. He still called me, by the way. It's like Geminis had this thing about we
have a hard time letting go of the past.
yeah,
To a certain
could be.
extent.
But it's just, but it's
And we're
we
communicators.
friendly.
We're communicators too.
We're super
We like
communicators.
to communicate, even if that person's our ex and they were in our life for a certain amount of time. Doesn't mean that they're out of it completely. They're just not in that section right now. But we can still be friendly and communicate on a friendly note.
Yeah, I like to communicate. Actually, it's funny because my ex used to say like, "Give me 5 minutes." That is not Gemini, by the way, because I think that probably was his ascendant, or like he would be like sometimes like, "You talk a lot. I was like, "How is that he doesn't talk? He used to talk."
Because Gemini's are all listeners. Like one thing that works for me, I'm listening. You like
Yeah,
talk.
but remember that is more
and then-
ascendant Cancer, though.
That is.
So that's why I always talk about like there's other things you have to look at. He's an ascendant Cancer, so he might be listening more. Geminis, we like to talk more than listen. We listen too, but we talk more than anything else.
That's true.
So but we do use our logic, but most of the people. I'm a Leo ascendant, by the way. I'm a Leo ascendant, so that changes things too. But Gemini and Gemini definitely is a good combination. It's super cool. they can get along, but it can't be. I mean, the only thing that I have to say that to Geminis, because we are mutable, the only thing that I can find the difficulty is when someone is up and the other one is down.
Okay.
Like I was with my ex, right? And have how can I say, like, hasn't happened sometimes you with someone who's another Gemini and you on the mood, like the friendly kind of like silly,
sometimes you jive
and
with
the
them
other
and sometimes you don't.
and then the other Gemini right next to you is like your other twin is like the other person, but is acting like the other twin, and it's like it's not in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like you being silly, and the other one is like, yo, come on. So that's the only thing that, although we mutable, but that can affect sometimes the relationship between two Geminis, where one is up and the other one is kind of down, and then you start arguing. It's like, can you just chill? Can you chill? Can you chill?
Well, that's because the Gemini always wants their point across.
Yeah. So then two Geminis are super cool, but then sometimes that can affect a little bit. That's one of the things that I used to have an issue with my ex. So like I was super up and he was down. He's like, can you just watch me? So he was in the other mood of the other me, and I was in the mood of the super hyper and flirty and whatever.
It's delicate balance. You gotta watch out for it.
Exactly. So then try to balance, and I have to try to adapt to him, and then him try to adapt to me. So that could be a little bit of difficulty there. But I think in general, I think it's a great relationship between two Geminis. Depends, like I said again, your Venus, your Mars, your ascendant, these sort of things. So I think that's it. I think we found it. We found it, right?
Found it.
Woo!
Okay, cool.
All right.
Till next time.
So see you next time. I'll see you for the next science. I don't know which one's gonna be the next one. Anyway, bye guys.